So now we are going to recollect the chapter trigonometry. It is the chapter not new to you because you have already studied some concepts in trigonometry. That concepts only I am going to revise now. Okay, so we are going to see the concepts which we have already discussed in your lower section. As the extension of that, we are going for the 11th standard. What is trigonometry? This is the thing you have studied in your lower section. Let me recollect that. The topic name trigonometry is derived from the three Greek words trigonia and metron. Tri means three, gonia means angles, metron means measurement. So by combining these three things, we can say that measuring the angles in a triangle. This is the meaning you can get from trigonometry. Okay, so trigonometry is the branch in mathematics involving the relationship between length and angles in a triangle. It is the relationship between length and angles in a triangle. That is the naming reason for trigonometry. Okay, so this is the thing you have to know. Suppose generally trigonometry associated with right angled triangles. Generally trigonometry associated with right angled triangle. Suppose let me take two right angled triangles CAB. There also I have taken the same triangle CAB. How to fix the three sides in a triangle? Generally, you know that in a right angle triangle, you have studied about three things, that is hypotenuse, opposite side, adjacent side. But how to fix the hypotenuse, opposite and adjacent sides of the triangle? That is the question. How can you fix that? The three sides must be fixed by fixing the angle. Where you are fixing the angle, after that only you can able to fix these three sides. Suppose here I have fixed the angle theta. So the theta angle cuts two sides, in which one side is lengthy compared to that the other side is somewhat lesser length. Okay, the side which is more length is generally known as hypotenuse, and you have to name this side as adjacent side to the angle because it is adjacent to the angle. So you cannot generally say that it is adjacent side. It is adjacent side to the angle. First you have to fix the angle. Next, theta is here. Opposite to that you are having the side. So that only we are saying this side as opposite side to angle. What you have fixed. So for this triangle, this is hypotenuse, this is adjacent side, and this is opposite side. Let me come to this triangle. Now I have fixed the angle here. Let me fix this as theta. So here if I have fixed the angle means the lengthy side is usually known as hypotenuse. And the side which is lesser length is known as adjacent side to that angle. So this side is adjacent side. And the side which is opposite to the angle is known as opposite side to the angle. Okay. So this is the first thing you know about the fixing the sides. Okay, you have to know about the fixing sides. When you compare these two triangles, this side is opposite because you are fixing the angle here. When you compare to this triangle, this is opposite side. We are fixing the angle like this. Okay, so the three sides and the three angles corresponding to 6 trigonometric ratios. The three sides and the three angles corresponding to 6 trigonometric ratios. Those trigonometric ratios are known as trigonometric functions. What are all the trigonometric functions you are having means the functions are first one sine function, second one cosine function, third one tangent tan function, next fourth one. These three are preliminary functions. Now I am going to write the reciprocal trigonometric functions for them. The reciprocal for this is cosecant. So the reciprocal for sine is cosecant. Next, the reciprocal for cosine. Cosine is secant. And the last one, the reciprocal for tangent is cotangent. But in short, we can say this sine as sine theta, and this as cos theta, and this as tan theta, and this as cosecant theta, and this as secant theta, and this as cot theta. But you have to make the expansion for these things. Okay, now we are going to see the relation between the sides and these 6 trigonometric ratios. So now we are going to see the ratios of trigonometric functions. So what are all the trigonometric 6 trigonometric functions I have mentioned? Sine, cosine, next tangent, next cosecant, next secant, and the last cotangent. In short, we can say that as sine, cos, tan, cosecant, secant, and cot. Okay. So now let me take the right angle triangle ABC. Here I have fixed the angle theta. So this side is hypotenuse and this side is opposite side and this side is adjacent side. As you all know the ratios for each and every trigonometric ratio, that is sine theta corresponds to opposite side and hypotenuse. That is opposite side by hypotenuse. What is the opposite side? You are having AB. And what is the hypotenuse? AC. Okay. Cos theta. Cos theta is the trigonometric ratio which corresponds to adjacent side and hypotenuse. What is the adjacent side? You are having BC and the hypotenuse is AC. And you all know that tan theta is the sin theta divided by cos theta. So tan theta equal to sin theta divided by cos theta. So sin theta is opposite side by hypotenuse and adjacent side by hypotenuse. When you cancel, both the hypotenuse will get cancelled. So opposite side divided by adjacent side. Next, what is the cosecant theta? Cosecant theta is the reciprocal of sin theta. So that you are having, you can reciprocate sin theta. That is hypotenuse divided by opposite side. Similarly, secant theta is the reciprocal of cos theta. So that when you are reciprocating this, you will get that hypotenuse divided by adjacent side. And cot theta is the reciprocal of tan theta. So that when you reciprocate this, you will get that adjacent side divided by what is that? Opposite side. Okay. So in the trigonometric ratios அப்படிங்கிறது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியமான விஷயம். ஏன்னா இதனுடைய எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் வந்து நமக்கு 11th வந்து நிறைய நமக்கு யூஸ் ஆகிறது இருக்கு. சரிங்களா? அதனால இந்த ரேஷியோஸ் நீங்க கரெக்ட்டா தெரிஞ்சிட்டா தான் வந்து நம்மளால ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் வந்து ஈஸியா சால்வ் பண்ண முடியும். So now we are going to see trigonometric identities. So the identities which involves in trigonometric functions are known as trigonometric identities. Okay. So the familiar identities you know are some of the identities I have written here. First identity sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Associated within which you can write too many results. That is cos square theta equal to 1 minus sin square theta and sin square theta equal to 1 minus cos square theta. Like that you can write more identities from that. The second identity you have to know is secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. Or it can also be written as secant square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. And the third familiar identity is cosecant square theta minus cos square theta equal to 1. So cosecant square theta equal to 1 plus cos square theta. Apart from that, you are having too many identities. I have mentioned only some identities here. Complementary angle identities, too many identities are there. We will discuss later. Now you just come back to trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. You have to know the values for the familiar degrees, that is known angles, that is 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. You have to remember the values so that you can able to solve the problems and you can apply the values in solving the problems. So there is a method to remember or to write the values. So first you have to take the first value as 0. Okay, the second value as 1 by 4, the third value 1 by 2, the fourth value 3 by 4 and the last value is 1. Okay, so நம்ம தமிழ்ல சொல்ல போறோம்னாக்க 0 கால் பகுதி அரை பகுதி முக்கால் பகுதி 1 அப்படி நாம சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா. 1 by 4th 2 by 4th 3 by 4th and 4 by 1. You have to remember these values and you have to write the values to the corresponding angles by taking positive square root. You have to take positive square root for these values so that you can able to know the values of the trigonometric function sine. Suppose if you are taking positive square root for 0 is 0. And you are taking positive square root for this is 1 by 2. 1 is 1 and 4 square root is 2. And you are taking positive square root for this is 1 by root 2. And you are taking positive square root for this is root 3 by 2. And you are taking positive square root for 1 as 1. If you want to write the values of cos theta means you have to write the values from the end to starting. You have to fill the last number to the first box. Okay, when you are filling in the reverse order means what you will get? 1 root 3 by 2, next 1 by root 2, next 1 by 2 and the next value is 0. When you come back to fill tan theta, we know that tan theta is sin theta divided by cos theta. So you can divide 1 by 1. 0 by 1 is 0. When you are dividing 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2 is you will get 1 by root 3. When you are dividing 1 by root 2 and 1 by root 2 is 1. When you are dividing this you will get that root 3. 1 by 0 is infinity. So that only we are defining the word not defined. So it is not defined. Okay. So we can make use of the symbolic notation also, not defined symbol also we can use. Next, cosecant theta. If you want to write the cosecant value means we know that cosecant and sine are inverse of each other. So you have to take reciprocate this. Okay, not the inverse, reciprocal. Okay. When you are reciprocating this value, you will get the value of cosecant. When you are reciprocate 0, you will get 1 by 0 which is not defined. Which is not defined. When you reciprocate this value, you will get 2. When you reciprocate this, you will get root 2. When you reciprocate this, you will get the 2 by root 3. When you reciprocate 1, you will get 1. Okay. Next, secant. Secant is the reciprocal of cos. You have to reciprocate the values. 1. When you are reciprocating this, you will get the 2 by root 3. And the next value, what is that? Cos theta value 1 by root 2, you will get root 2. Next, reciprocate this. 1 by 2 is 2. When you are reciprocating 0, you will get that infinity. Okay. At last, cot theta. Cot theta is the reciprocal of what? Tan theta. When you reciprocate this, you will get that infinity. You will get this as root 3. When you reciprocate this 1, when you reciprocate this, you will get 1 by root 3. When you reciprocate 1 by infinity, it will become 0. Okay. So these are all the values you have to remember. You just write the values like this and you have to take positive square root and fill the sign box. After writing in reverse order, you will get plus. After dividing this, you will get 10. When you are reciprocating this, you will get the other trigonometric ratios values. Next, we are going to discuss trigonometry quadrant formulas. So this is very important concept which is new to you that you are going to study in the 11th standard. Not only in trigonometry chapter, it will be helpful in all the related chapters to trigonometry. Okay. So listen carefully. This is very important. You have studied only the trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. That is 90 minus theta, cos 90 minus theta is sin theta, sin 90 minus theta is cos theta. Like that you have studied in your lower sections. But now we are going to extend that to up to 360 degrees. Okay. So what is a quadrant? So the entire angle 0 to 360 I have split it up into 4 quadrants. That is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Okay. What is the range of the angle in this quadrant is the first quadrant between 0 to 90 degree and the second quadrant between 90 degree to 180 degree. The third quadrant between 180 degree to 270 degree. The fourth quadrant between 270 degree to 360 degree. Next, we are going to discuss the signs of the trigonometric functions in each of the quadrant. Sign means either it is positive or negative, plus or minus. That is the sign we are going to make use. Depending upon the quadrant, it changes the sign, the trigonometric functions. For that, you have to remember the letters A, S, T, C. To remember this word, you can make use of the sentence all silver tea cups. This is the sentence you have to remember, and you have to take the first letter alone. All A, silver, S, T, cups, C. Okay, A, S, T, C. The symbol A stands for all trigonometric ratios are positive. First quadrant, the symbol is A. It stands for all the 6 trigonometric ratios are positive in first quadrant. Second quadrant, S, which is the trigonometric function, starts with the S sign, okay, and its reciprocal is cosecant. So that these two trigonometric ratios, sine and cosecant, alone positive in second quadrant. If these two are positive, what about the remaining 4 trigonometric ratios, trigonometric functions? They are negative. If I am saying that in second quadrant, what is the sign of cos theta? Means you have to say that it is negative. Okay. Next, third quadrant. Third quadrant letter you have to remember is T. The trigonometric function start with T is tan, and its reciprocal is cot. So tan and cot alone is positive in the third quadrant. Remaining 4 trigonometric functions are negative in this quadrant. Fourth quadrant, C. C means cos and its reciprocal. Cos and its reciprocal is secant. These two quantities are possible here. Remaining 4 trigonometric functions are negative. So you have to be familiar with these signs. In first quadrant, all the 6 trigonometric ratios are positive. In second quadrant, sine and its reciprocal. In third quadrant, tan and its reciprocal. In fourth quadrant, cos and its reciprocal, secant. Okay. In the 10th standard or below to 10th standard, 9th standard, you will be familiar with the conversion of complementary angle. That is the trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. Okay, that is 90 minus theta. Now, if I say that 90 plus theta means more than 90 degree. More than 90 degree means it comes in the second quadrant. Suppose I am saying that 270 degree minus theta. 270 degree minus theta is less than 270 degree. So less than 270 degrees it lies in the third quadrant. So 90 minus theta means it lies in the first quadrant. 90 plus theta means it lies in the second quadrant. 180 minus theta lies in the second quadrant. 180 plus theta lies in the third quadrant. 270 minus theta lies in the third quadrant. 270 plus theta lies in the fourth quadrant. Similarly, 360 minus theta is also lies in the fourth quadrant. Okay. So when you are having the trigonometric ratios 90 plus theta or 90 minus theta. Okay. So if you are having a trigonometric ratio 90 plus theta or 90 minus theta, 270 plus theta or 270 minus theta, you have to make this conversion. If your ratio is 90 plus 90 minus 270 plus 270 minus, you have to make this conversion. What are all the conversion means? You have to change sin theta into cos theta and cos theta into sin theta. Okay. Next, tan theta into cot theta and cot theta into tan theta. Next, cosecant theta into secant theta and secant theta into cosecant theta. These are all the 3 important conversions you have to make if your ratio is 90 plus or minus or 270 plus or minus. Suppose 180 plus or minus 360 plus or minus means there is no need to change or to use these conversions. You have to use only this in 90 plus or minus theta and 270 plus or minus theta. Based upon that only we are going to find many trigonometric ratios associated with these angles. Okay. So in 10th standard you have discussed the trigonometric ratios of complementary angles, that is 90 minus theta. Okay. As the extension of that, you have to be familiar with the trigonometric ratios of 90 plus theta, 180 plus or minus theta, 270 plus or minus theta, in the same way 360 plus or minus theta. Okay, so now we are having a prompt steps to write the trigonometric ratios for these angles. Okay, what are all the three steps you have to remember is, first step, you have to identify the quadrant in which the given angle lies. So first you have to identify the quadrant in which the given angle lies. Okay. Next step, you have to write the sign of the trigonometric functions in that quadrant. Suppose you are having 120 degree. 120 degree means it lies in between 90 to 180. That is the second quadrant. Okay. In the second quadrant, sine and cosecant alone positive, other things will be negative. So you will be given with some trigonometric function. That trigonometric function is positive or negative. That is the thing you have to identify. Third one, conversion. If there is a necessity for a conversion, I have already mentioned that you have to convert if your ratio is 90 plus or minus theta and 270 plus or minus theta, then only you have to convert. If you are having 180 plus or minus theta, means there is no need of conversion. So these are all the three steps you have to follow while writing the trigonometric ratios. For sample, I am doing some things, remaining things you just practice by yourself. Suppose, first I am going to find the value of cos 90 degree plus theta. Okay, what is cos 90 degree plus theta? First thing what you have to identify quadrant, for which you have to see the angle 90 degree plus theta, that is more than 90 degree. 90 degree plus theta means it lies in the second quadrant. So it lies in the second quadrant. After identifying the quadrant, what you have to do? You have to check the sign of the trigonometric function. Here I am having cos, but in the second quadrant, sine and the cosecant alone positive. So cos is negative. So you just put the sign negative minus. What is the third thing you have to remember is conversion. If you are having the angle 90 plus or minus theta means I have given the conversion. What are the conversion? I have given sine changes in terms of cos and cos changes in terms of sine. Since you are having cos and theta is 90 plus, so cos theta is changed into sine theta. So cos of 90 plus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Okay, similarly you can try by yourself. Next, I am going to find cosecant 180 degree minus theta. What is the value of cosecant 180 minus theta? First thing what you have to do, you have to write the quadrant. That is, you have to know the quadrant. 180 minus theta. 180 minus theta means where you are having 180 minus theta. 180 minus theta lies in the second quadrant. Second quadrant, okay. Next you have to check the sign of the trigonometric function. There you are having cosecant. Okay, there you are having cosecant. In second quadrant, cosecant is positive. So you have to put the sign plus. That positive means no need to use that sign. So plus I have to use. Next, if there is need of any conversion, since you are having 180, for 180 you are not at all having any conversion. So you just write the trigonometric function as it is. So cosecant of 180 minus theta is nothing but cosecant theta. Okay, this is the thing you have to remember. By using this, you can write any of the trigonometric ratios. Suppose if you are having this cos of, what is that? You can take that 120 degree. I have to find the value of cos 120 degree. How we can write cos 120 degree? The cos 120 degree can be written as cos of 180 degree minus 60 degree. Okay. because 120 degree is equal to 180 minus 60. Now you have to identify the quadrant. 180 minus theta. 180 minus theta lies in the second quadrant. Here you are having cos theta. In second quadrant, cos theta is negative, so there won't be any conversion. So you will have minus cos 60 degree. What is the value of cos 60 degree? You have to search from the table. Okay. So what is the value of cos 60 degree means, which is equal to minus 1 by 2. So the value of cos 120 degree is equal to minus 1 by 2. In the same way, you can find the value of any trigonometric angles. Okay, so this is the thing you have to remember. Remember, I have left you as a homework. You have to remember these three things. First, identification of quadrant. Second, in that quadrant, what is the trigonometric function given to you? You have to make the sign of the trigonometric function. Third one, if you have to convert means you have to convert. When we have to make the conversion 90 plus or minus 270 plus or minus. Otherwise, you just make use of the same thing. Okay.